Bailey's Quarter, we honor our whole station's work. So today, we honor Howard's character, which started 2 years after WKRP closed, and invite the beloved Charlie Moore, the teacher of Millard Filmore High, in head of the class. Take it away, Mr. Moore.
My name is Mr. Moore, but you can call me by my first name, Mr.
Contemporary history. Great.
Cuban Missile Crisis. Good, I know this one. Cuban Missile Crisis. I assume we do know where Cuba is.
Would you like the political, diplomatic, or economic version?
Thank you, Ms. Quarters. Pleased to be here. Now, what was Head of the Class? In case you missed it, Head of the Class was a sitcom that ran from 1986 to 1991. It was all about me, Charlie Moore, the cool young teacher who gets assigned to a group of gifted students at Millard Filmore High School. These kids, brilliant. But as smart as they were, they had a lot to learn about life. And that's where I came in. Think Dead Poets Society, but, you know, with more laughs and less poetry. Please remember to subscribe. Now let's dive into my 4 years of teaching on Head of the Class in New York City at Millard Filmore High. The first time I came to class, I got a good introduction to the students from Dr. Samuels, the principal, played by William Schilling.
Dennis, chemistry, physics. He can solve any problem that you can think up. Darlene, a speech and debate monster. Put her in a room with William F. Buckley, she'll break both his legs. Jawarlo, natural science. Allen, political science. Arvid, mathematics. My cleanup hitter. My big man, my enforcer. Without Arvid, forget it. And little Janice. What can you say? She knows everything. She's spooky.
Behind the cameras, Head of the Class was a well-oiled machine, but it wasn't without its challenges. My actor, Howard Hesseman, loved playing the role, but here's the thing. He wasn't always thrilled with the scripts. He wanted Charlie to be more of a mentor, someone who challenged the students to think critically about the world.
Wait, Mr. Dorfman is doing his best as a teacher. I mean, he's going through a tough time right now. So it's no reason to make it worse. You understand?
Now, I thought we'd begin today by discussing how our culture reflects our politics. And this is clearly evident in terms of the Cold War and movies of the 50s and 60s. We have to ask ourselves, how accurate were these films, and what was their purpose? Did they reflect a legitimate fear of the Russians, or did they contribute to it? When you think about movies like The Iron Curtain, which most of you have probably never stayed up late enough to see, can anybody think of a movie that speaks to this theme?
Diplomatic Courier.
Diplomatic Courier.
I Married a Communist.
Yes.
Manchurian Candidate.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
There are also a lot of science fiction movies.
Science fiction. Eric, why don't you take over and teach this section?
You want me to teach the class?
That's right. I knew you wouldn't do it when it came right down to it.
Well, no. Okay. You want it?
Sure.
Okay.
Come on, Eric.
Sit up here for a change.
My name is Mr. Mardian, but you can call me by my first name, Mr. Now, science fiction played a big part in the paranoia of the times. People were afraid of the unknown, the different. I mean, McCarthy was telling us there was a communist under every bed, so it was real easy to score big bucks with any movie that played upon that kind of fear. The enemy could be your own girlfriend, or your mother, like in the Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
Wait,
Are you kidding?
Wait, let me finish.
Why?
Because you may not know this, but there is a ton of opinion that says the Body Snatchers is an allegory of a communist takeover of America.
Imagine my chagrin.
Oh, you don't think the Body Snatchers was intended to tell us something?
Yeah. Don't buy giant vegetables from Russia.
Mr. Moore, what's going on?
What's going on? A class. I think you should pay attention to the teacher.
Thank you. Now, even the writer of the Body Snatchers knew the significance of the...
I get it, the body snatchers, of course. And the blob, all right? Communist expansion. The Fly, perfect.
Help me, I'm a communist.
Mr. Moore, you want to let me get through this or not?
Mr. Moore, please. I'm not able to follow what Eric is trying to teach.
Well, I know what you mean. I can't make any sense out of it either.
Mr. Moore, am I teaching this class or no?
Yeah.
So will you button it and let me teach?
Well, if you want me to shut up, just tell me to shut up.
Mr. Moore, shut up, okay? Okay. Now, this next film...
I will.
Will help me...
I'm not going to say another word.
Will help me prove my point.
Question.
What?
What is your point?
If you give me a chance, I'm gonna tell you.
Well, you had your chance. I mean, you're up there, Mardian.
Okay. I get it. This is all about Dorfman, right? Very good. I'm not playing this game anymore.
Well, you said you could teach a class. Why don't you teach it?
I can teach it, but not with this noise coming at me.
No one said it was easy. You gonna wimp out?
Okay, let's get off science fiction. We're gonna talk about the Bond movies, which is very important.
Ding, ding, dun, dun, dun. I love it, you know? But it is gratuitous sex, and violence, and gadgets, and jokes, and TNA, and I mean, I don't know how we're supposed to take this guy seriously, really.
Mr. Moore, am I the teacher or not?
Yes.
Okay. Then get out of my class.
Why? I like it. I mean, you're funny.
I'm warning you.
You're warning me? Alan, you better get the women and children undercover. This hombre smells like trouble.
Mr. Moore, back off.
You know, you're not just funny, you're also ridiculous. I mean, you don't know diddly.
I mean, that's it. I'm gonna...
You're gonna what? You're gonna hit me, right?
Look, I am not like that. Am I?
You're close, but I'm funnier.
Okay, look, I know I've been a little rough on Dorfman, but the guy's a jerk.
Eric, Mr. Dorfman is just like you and me, you know? He's got problems, and he's trying to work them out. But this is a turning point for him, and you can just push him out of teaching forever. Or you can turn him into the kind of monster teacher that we all hate. Hey, you can also help him become a better teacher by trying to get what he's offering you. See, you got all the power here. Now, how are you going to make it pay off for you?
I guess I owe Dorfman an apology.
I'll give you a tip. When you offer it, try saying Mr. Dorfman.
The writers, though, they were focused on the comedy. They had some back and forth about that. But hey, it's showbiz.
So, with the power vested in me as mayor of Fillmoreville, I hereby pronounce you man and wife. Congratulations!
Congratulations!
You may now kiss the bride, Marshal of the Four Eyes.
Good idea, my faithful Indian companion.
Look, first of all, I'm a Native American. Secondly, I haven't been all that faithful to you. It's best that you heard it from me.
After 4 seasons, I decided to hang up my teaching hat. It wasn't an easy decision, but I felt like I'd done all I could with Millard Filmore. The show brought in Billy Connolly to replace me as the new teacher, Billy McGregor.
Edgar Allan Poe, Ulysses S. Grant, Patrick Henry, Andrew Jackson, not to mention the average white band and Rod Stewart.
Oh, that's wonderful. What he showed you, Dennis, he showed him.
So where did you leave off with this other, Mr.
Moore, Charles Moore, finest history teacher ever to sit at that desk.
Piffle.
Now Billy's a talented comedian, but let's be honest, it wasn't quite the same. The show ended after its 5th season, and while it didn't go out with a bang, it still left a mark. What made Head of the Class special was the way it balanced laughs with lessons. Sure, we had jokes about Arvid's awkwardness or Dennis' schemes, but the show also tackled real issues: cultural identity, peer pressure, and even Cold War politics. Remember the episode where we went to Russia? That wasn't just a gimmick, it was a way to show that education isn't limited to textbooks. Thanks for joining me on this trip down memory lane. If you loved Head of the Class as much as I did, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more Bailey's Quarter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go grade some papers or maybe just watch some reruns. See you, Bailey.